Well, the JP side of things seems to be on a little bit of a roll because not only did we just finish our last event that brought Kazura Drop into the game, but they're announcing that we're going to be getting another event just right around the corner with whatever this means. Breakthrough Mystery House Crafters, the Star Miner, and the Wings of Sunrise. And if you were curious, well, does this translate to anything else? Nope, I even tried to look for more clues in this over here, and it just says, hey, get through, Lostbelt 5.2 to be able to get into this one. And then the servants that are a bonus on this, I mean, I kind of wanted to speculate here with the boys, with everybody on the channel over here, but there is not a whole lot that I can even glean from this. I saw that Da Vinci and Sith got buffs over on the JP side of things, and I thought maybe we could use that to kind of just figure something out with what's going to be going on with this event. Maybe speculate on, oh, well, these servants are going to be relevant in this event, so maybe we can think that we're going in this direction, or maybe we're going to be in this servant. But there is no cohesion here. Like, I can't even say this is going to be like the Gouda Gouda event because none of the Gouda Gouda servants are really here except for Mao Nobu, which is just really strange, right? So, for one, we might be not just getting any Gouda Gouda events this year, which is kind of sad because those events are always really fun. But then it's just like, is this a lotto? Probably not, because we usually get a lotto for Christmas, whether it's a rerun or a new event. And so this is probably just going to be some normal event. Hopefully it's not a mission-based event, because I'm not going to lie, I think I just barely scraped by on the Kazura Drop event and getting the missions done, just because, dog, that's always super annoying to do. So please pump the brakes on the missions. I'll take point ladders and stuff along those lines, but don't make me sit around and do missions. Sometimes that stuff can just get really annoying. So, for one, if you, as a player, have any speculation on where we might be going with this, please leave that in the comment section down below, because usually I could try to make some connections via, like, the lore of the characters that are going to be in here, but there is almost no connection with a lot of these guys over here, because it is just a random smattering of a very select group of servants, because usually, you'll have a couple dozen servants on event bonus, but, dog, there is not a whole lot of people here. And again, there's like not a whole lot of connections between, I mean, you could say that like Caesar's a ruler, Ozymandias is a ruler, and then, like, technically people forget Mandricardo is also a king, but they are completely different in the way that they are kings. Like Mandricardo, like I said, people kind of just forget that dude even is a king, right? Then Caesar is super famous, but he is kind of just a dude. And then Ozymandias is like the incarnation of Ra as a pharaoh, right? They're not all... They're just really super different. There's like not a whole lot of connections. And then if you want to think of like, well, Ozymandias is a god technically, because he's got Ra, so is Ishtar, but that's kind of it. Nobody else really has divinity. Technically, if you're talking about gods, you have Van Gogh over here, who is hers is Volthoom, I think, for the outer gods. But outer gods are like kind of their own thing. Like you wouldn't say, like, I don't think any of them have divinity, for instance. They're kind of just their own side piece type deal. So I don't know if that's going to be very real. And then on top of all that, you have Mao Nobu, who's anti-divinity, right? So we've got like two guys that are like kind of proper gods. We have one outer god, own thing, and then we have one god killer essentially. And then you've got like goofy ass servants like Paul Bunyan, and then you have Super Bunyan. There's just not really cohesion here. And then, because Sith and Da Vinci Rider got their buffs over here, I was like, oh, well, maybe they're going to be relevant to this, but that's not even connected to this at all. This is for the Lostbelt 6 campaign. It has nothing to do with the new event that's coming out. It's just for like, hey, if you haven't finished Lostbelt 6, here's some challenge quest fights. We're going to go ahead and buff Sith and Da Vinci Rider to give you guys a little bit of an additional buff, bring back some guys. Hopefully that makes life easy for you guys. So I realistically have no idea what's going on here. Like, there's not even speculation, because there's no connections with people. Like, maybe the first thing that I maybe thought about when I said Wings of Sunrise is I thought of Icarus, right? Like, because Icarus, like flying too close to the sun type deal. I thought maybe that could be a thing, but I don't know how hype you could make somebody like Icarus. Their story, I mean, they're very well known, but it's not like they're one of those like insanely like hyped servants. It literally is a lesson of like, hey man, stay in your lane. Like, that's the whole point of the story, is stay in your lane. And so I'm like, I don't know if you could make it like that hype. I mean, obviously they could, if they want to do like the angel wing things, you want to turn Icarus into a hot wifey, right? Like FGO likes to do. I think that could maybe sell super well. Like, maybe that's the idea, but and that would tie into having to clear Olympus. It could also be the NPCs from Olympus. Maybe we get them, but I kind of highly doubt that we're going to be getting them anytime soon. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it would be... is anybody going to complain if we got, like, say, Demeter as, like, a summonable servant? That'd be pretty cool if we're going to tie into Olympus, or maybe even Aphrodite, who's, like, kind of another Tamamo face. Tamamo Nero face. I don't know. Is Aphrodite a Nero face or a... I was going to say Tamamo face, but I think she's more of a Nero face, actually. Now I'm, like, thinking about her design. But regardless, I don't know if we're going to be getting any of the Olympic deities. I think it's just, yeah, you need to finish Olympus. I don't know how relevant it'll actually be. So we'll see what's going on with that. Over on the NA side of things, I did want to announce that I'm probably not going to be live streaming watching this. This is the announcement for Morgan Lotto. Yeah, I haven't been streaming for the last couple of days because... dog, there's just not anything going on. Like, we could use like some of the high challenge quests over on Lostbelt 6 that hit the JP side of things, but I was like, man, I don't feel like doing all that. Although probably would have been fun to do because what's his face, Darius was the one who ended up getting us the dub on Bargist. The, like, I think she has like almost like 4 million HP. He was the one that closed that fight out. So I don't know, man. Maybe we should have streamed it, but I'm just waiting for the lotto. I'm saving all of my energy for when that drops because I would like to just stream for a butt-ton amount of time whenever the lotto drops. I'd like to just sit there and play FGO and collect all the resources I can. So instead of just sitting there being like, I don't know, we're just not going to do anything. We're just going to sit around because I want to save my apples. I'm going to be converting those to AP. And then whenever the lotto drops, I won't be farming that. But yeah... I guess that's about it for the news that's going on. Not a whole lot. I mean, we could have talked about like Da Vinci Rider's buff over here, which is kind of nice, but I just kind of opted to not really make a video on it because there's not a whole lot to say on it. I don't think it's worthy of having like an entirety of a video dedicated to it. Maybe we would have gotten like a YouTube short, but I mean, giving the entire party 10 stars, I mean, that's nice. If it applies to everybody, that's like 10 stars per person, so 30 stars total. That's really good. In your teams with like say Castoria and Lady Avalon, it takes a lot of the pressure off of her to have to gen stars every single turn, and then it kind of gives your team the one thing they're lacking in an arts comp, which is, you know, stars, because they don't usually gen those outside of Lady Avalon's NP. So like that's kind of nice. And, you know, Da Vinci Rider still plays really well with a lot of the other guys in the team because, you know, she, not that skill. She gives everybody the NP gauge whenever she fires her third turn, and then she gets, you know, on NP. So, like, that's just nice. Kind of helps the team, you know, flow really well, even better now by giving them crit stars. So now they can crit, get more refund, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. But, yeah, I guess in the comment section down below, let me know your speculation on the next event because I got nothing, right? The first thing I thought of was, oh, finally, we're going to get like a lotto event, but realizing that Christmas is right around the corner, unless they're just not doing Christmas this year, which would raise a couple of red flags as to what they're, you know, cooking up over there if they do decide to skip that. I have no idea what this could be. You know, all I can hope for is that it'll be a good event that drops a bunch of resources, which if you didn't know, JP has kind of updated how they do resources. So instead of getting like 30 bronze material, you get 60 now. They threw all of, well, not, was it all of them? I can't remember if it was every single one, but they threw statues, monuments, then, you know, gems, jewels, and cookies into the event shop. You know, the large yellow skill gem items, you know, they threw all of those up there. So being able to get a ton of materials was really nice. I did farm a little harder than I probably should have on the Kazura drop event because that's just nice. That's just convenient, being able to get whatever you need. Especially when you're really low on caster cookies like myself. So I'm at least excited for that. Now that they've kind of upgraded the events, there's more to farm, which I will always take. It makes my life easier than having to go farm dailies for caster cookies for 40 AP, which sucks. Instead, yeah, I'll definitely go farm for a couple of different materials at the same time. So yeah, let me know your speculation in the comment section down below. Maybe there is something that I'm missing. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.